Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Adrian Muzarif bin Muhammad Azizi. I'm from DEC 5C. So, for today's video, I'm going to be interviewing one of my siblings for today's discussion about topic of culture, communication, and conflicts. So, before we begin our today discussion, how about we get to know our guest for today first? And yeah,
So, hi everyone. My name is Nur Adriana Batrisha binti Muhammad Sisi. I'm 33 years old. I'm from University Malaysia Perlis, and I used to study in Penang Chinese Girls High School, and my primary school was SJKC Guanghua.
all right. Thank you very much. So, let's begin our discussion for today. So, the first question is about cultural conflict. So, the question is like this: how does your cultural identity influence the language you were in daily life as Malaysian youth?
Okay, so as for me, my cultural identity doesn't influence much the language that I use in daily life as a Malaysian youth because growing up, I grew up in a Malay culture, but since I was sent to a Chinese school and Chinese kindergarten since I was 4 years old, and I finished my high school at 17 years old, my daily language has always been mostly Mandarin. So I grow up with I only speak Malay and English mostly with my family members because I don't have much Malay friends, and even all my Malay friends we mostly use English and Mandarin for our daily speaking. So for me, no matter what my cultural identity are, uh, it doesn't affect much about the language I use in my daily life, even until nowadays.
I see. So, how do you exactly handle the situation when your cultural values clash with others?
Okay. Um, this question is often asked to me uh, during uh, uh, during my journey so on for 23 years. So basically, what I would say is uh, we live in Malaysia, so we live with different kind of cultural backgrounds, right? So we have friends from cultural background like Indians, Chinese, Sabah, Sarawak, Bidayu, and so on, right? So whenever your cultural value clash with others, you just have to get to know their culture, other culture, and basically you learn a new culture and just respect each other so that there will be no conflict in your daily life.
All right, thank you very much. So, moving on to question two, it's about communication conflict. So, have you experienced conflict in your communication with others because of language styles, accent, or perhaps ways of speaking?
um, Honestly, yes. uh, Growing up during my primary school, I have some language barrier with my friends because during primary school, I'm still learning my Mandarin, so my vocabulary is not that huge. My range is not that much. So I don't know much words as they do because they speak every day with their family members, teachers, and so on. And I only exposed to the Mandarin language when I am at school, right? So there is surely some barriers there and some conflict. Sometimes there is misunderstood that happen because of the language barrier. But over the time, I get to overcome the problem by learning more about other language, and also even though I am a Malay, I also have some conflict with my own mother tongue language. But eventually, I get to overcome that problem by learning more, by readings and watching movies and talk to more people with the language to overcome that problem. Yeah.
All right. So, can you describe exactly like what actually happens during that situation?
Okay. I'll give you one example. I used to wanted to tell my teacher that I am going for a camp, but instead I said to her that I want a caterpillar because okay, this is a real life story. During my primary school, a camp is someboying. So that time I have no idea what someboying is. So I was like, what ying, what ying? So there is one terms about caterpillar. I forgot what did I exactly say that time. But my teacher was like, huh? You wanted a caterpillar? And I was like, no, no, no. I wanted to go to the camp. The situation that you said, some words will lead to this kind of misunderstanding because in Mandarin there are a lot of words that's close. Their pronunciation is close to each other, but different. The sound is a little bit different. So yeah,
Yeah, interesting.
things
Okay,
happen. Things
yeah,
happen.
right. Okay, so moving on to question number three, and it's about intercultural communication in university.
Mm.
So, how does studying in multicultural environment like SJKC, for examples, influence your language with cultural identity?
Okay. When you are in a SJKC school or SMJK, which is in high school, you have to look into your school environment. As for me, I don't have much Malays or Indians during my high school and my primary school. So most, I could say 95% of my environment is Chinese people. So I did what they influence my cultural identity is I don't used to eat with my hands. I use chopstick instead, and then I talk like them. I behave like them, and most of the time I don't usually like wear my own cultural uh, outfits and so on. And I don't how to say I don't really do what my cultural things supposed to do. But I mostly do what's Chinese culture. Like I celebrate Chinese New Year. I do celebrate Raya also, but I also celebrate Chinese New Year. And yeah, I learned more about their culture and I uh how to say their culture applied more in my life during my grow up.
I see.
Mm.
So basically, you just want to make yourself comfortable by blending in with them.
Yeah, kind of like that. Some of the things you did just to blend in, but some of the things become your habit
Mm.
eventually. Yeah.
All right. So, do language barriers still exist among students from different races there?
Yes. Uh, Based on my experience during my primary and my high school, most of the Chinese students don't really know how to speak Malay. But once you enter university life, they still exist some students that mm, can't really speak Malay or can't really speak English well, that they only know their mother tongue language, but it's not as much as when you are in primary or high school. Yeah.
See. All right. So, moving on to question number four, and it's about social media and hate speech. So, how do you think social media affects the way Malaysian youth express their cultural identity and language?
Okay. For me, as you can see nowadays through the social media like mostly TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they all love to do some jokes or memes about different cultural identity. So from there, it gives you a certain typical mindset about oh this Malay people are like this, Indian people are like this, and Chinese people are like this because they keep uh, exposing and posting about the cultural identity and how a person language is like Mandarin language, Malay language, how they speak. And we have different slang also. So yeah, it's really affect. Malaysian youth nowadays a lot. Like they don't have to mingle around much, but they get to know how a typical culture of a person are.
Right. So, have you ever experienced hate speech or sensitive language issues online?
No, I don't.
All right. Thank you very much. So, moving on to our last question, and it's about workplace communication. So, I believe that you have been going an intern program, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, is cultural identity and language we use still have a huge impact in workplace for youth?
Unfortunately, yes. It gives you a huge impact when you move into a workplace. Okay. This is based on my personal experience. Since I've done my internship in Penang and I myself is from Penang, so most of the company in Penang wanted a Mandarin speaker nowadays. So as for me, getting to know this language is will give you a huge impact in your life, which it helps you a lot during the communication with your coworkers, with your manager, with your boss, and so on. It gives you so much more easy into your life, and people does show much more respect when you know the Mandarin language and you speak English well. So yeah, so yes, it does give a huge impact into your life.
Okay. So, in your opinion, would just a simple language affect their promotion or teamwork in workplace?
Yes, in my opinion, it's definitely will give impact because I could be a fresh grad that get into a company with maybe let's say a 3 pointer, and I have another friend of mine which is also a Malay, and she got into the company with a let's say 3.8 pointer, but she only know how to speak two language, which is her mother tongue, Malay, and also English. But me myself, I know three language, which Malay, English, and Mandarin. It's definitely uh they will give more attention, and I probably get a higher chance to get a promotion in my workplace due to my
Advantage.
uh advantage that I got. Yeah.
All right. So that is that's it for today's interview session. Thank you very much for joining our discussion for today. And bye bye. All
Thank
right.
you. Bye.